faith, belief in action. Wish TV is sharing the stories of people who are guided by their faith from all religions, denominations, and walks of life, and in all the ways faith manifests itself. From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is Finding Faith.
A very special Finding Faith Day all across the country and the state. People are gearing up for the National Day of Prayer on May 1st. Here with more on some of the events happening is Shannon Martinez, the state coordinator for the National Day of Prayer Task Force. That's a big title.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
Just a little bit of pressure.
Really just coordinating unified prayer. And we're so excited. We are 2 weeks away from May 1st and our National Day of Prayer. I get to host the Capitol event, which I'm super excited about, right down at the State House.
Yeah.
Governor Mike Braun will be opening for us. And then we have a great lineup of prayer warriors who will be covering the different avenues of prayer, whether business, education, health, schools. We've got lots of different opportunities to pray and cover America.
There's something very powerful, too, about it being literally directly in the middle of the city, right? Like that speaks volumes to the work that can be done in that prayer and going to a spot. How many people are going to be there together, roughly, praying at one time?
Well, I don't know. At our close one, I'm hoping for as many as possible.
Yeah.
But what's also exciting is that whether they join at the State House in the North Atrium at noon, or they go on to our National Day of Prayer website and find an event around the city, we just want them to join together. We have over 35 different events happening throughout the Hoosier State, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And at least a dozen of those are within 30 to 45 minutes around the Capitol. Everywhere from Avon, Brownsburg, Fishers. I know the Lieutenant Governor, Mike Beckwith, will be up at Legacy Church opening that and praying, and we just love that connection and that support. But you can find an event literally in every county around. Yeah. One
of the amazing things at National Day of Prayer is everyone will maybe praying for similar things or whatever, but there will also be different prayers happening and different things going on in people's lives, but they're all meeting for one unified moment. And there's something really powerful in that thought process,
right? For sure. And in fact, that's actually the whole mission of National Day of Prayer. From 1952, when it was put into a joint resolution in Congress and signed into law by President Truman, up through the 80s with Ronald Reagan, that made it an official first Thursday of every May. We are trying to mobilize unified prayer. Yeah. We want to come together where there's so many different distractions pulling us in different ways and getting us into a divided nation, but National Day of Prayer comes together to bring unified public prayer. And so you're going to find us on the Capitol, of course, but you'll find us in local courthouses, outside, inside. There's a virtual option too for those that just, they're working and they're
not going to be able to make it, maybe.
Right, exactly. So there's always that option. Once again, you can look at that on the website. But yes, it's bringing it together for that purpose. Our theme this year is about hope. It's from Romans 15:13. And so you pour out to the God of hope and be filled. And who doesn't need filled, right?
Yes.
Who doesn't need prayer right now? And so from the East Coast with our co-host, Tim Tebow is going to join the president of National Day of Prayer, which is Kathy Branzell, all the way to Hawaii. We have territories even represented. But last year we had 2 million people joining together across the nation in different capacities, whether volunteering, but just lots of people. And isn't that encouraging in and of itself?
Very much so. And I love the idea of Tim Tebow being out there as well. We love some Tim Tebow. Shannon, thank you so much for the work that you're doing and for putting this together. We'll have all the information about National Day of Prayer over on our website as well.
From Wish TV, this is Finding Faith. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast, and be sure to check out other great podcasts on the All Indiana Podcast Network. Online now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.